Hey guys, how you all doing? Today I want to talk about the subject of having the right mindset when it comes to playing League of Legends. We all know League can be a very stressful game when it comes to people AFKing, feeding, and trolling in your games. And a lot of this anger comes from playing ranked more than normal games, mainly because you have something to lose, and that is LP. To really solve the problem of having shitty mindsets, we first need to understand the root cause of the problem. And for that, we need to know the different ways people actually get pissed off while playing this game. Number one on the list, we have feeders. This is one of the most common reasons why people tilt in this game, and it's completely normal. There are many examples of this in sports as well, where people get annoyed with their teammates because they prevent them from getting the result that they want, and that is winning the game. See, people play ranked games in order to win. That's like a no-brainer. Sure, there are some exceptions like trollers, but for the most part, people want to win. You see, this is where the problem comes in. People expect a lot from their teammates and they get pissed off when they don't deliver. So what do we do to counter this problem? First, you need to lower your expectations of how your team will perform during the game. Another thing to realize is that there is no reason to dwell on things that you absolutely have no control over. There really isn't. You're basically wasting your energy lecturing and flaming your team, which will have a negative impact on your team anyway, and will eventually make them end up perform even worse. So instead of lecturing and flaming your team, focus your energy on improving your game. Number two on the list, we have trollers and AFKers. Again, we need to understand why people get pissed off when players do this, and it is simple. The reason being, their time is being wasted. This can be very frustrating as you have no other choice but to stick into the game and wait it out until 20 minutes or even more than that. Now Riot has somewhat solved the issue of AFKers by implementing the remake system, but that's still only for the first 3 minutes in the game. Once that's up, you have to wait till 20 minutes to exit the game. Whereas trolling is something that you can't do anything about. So what can we do to solve this issue? First, when there is an AFK or troller in your team, acknowledge the fact that this game will most likely be a loss. The reason why you need to do this is to alleviate the need of winning the game. This itself will reduce a lot of stress and a lot of tilting. It will also shift your focus towards being more process-oriented rather than result-oriented, which I will talk about more detailed in a later time. We still have the problem of our time being wasted. To counter this problem, I want you guys to, instead of giving up, improve on a skill that is lacking. For example, farming, trading, warding, things like that. I don't care who you are, ranked 1 in Challenger or bronze 5, everyone has room for improvement. And so you need to build that self-awareness of where your weaknesses are. How do you build that self-awareness, you may ask? Simple. Just spend 2 minutes after every game reflecting on the mistakes you have made and on areas where you can improve on. I would encourage you to write it down on a notepad so whenever you come back to play, you can quickly gloss over it to remind yourself so that you can immediately work on it. Number 3 on the list is to stop being too hard on yourself. If you play ranked games in League of Legends, you know how competitive it is. One mistake can lead to a loss. And if that mistake was made by you, you're going to feel bad for the rest of the game. If you're one of those people that browbeat yourself whenever you make a mistake, you need to stop it. There is no benefit in doing this, and it will eventually demotivate you to play ranked. Instead, I want you to give yourself the permission to make mistakes. Now I know this sounds crazy, but hear me out. When you give yourself the permission to make mistakes, you are more likely to learn from them and improve your game. Ask yourself this: are you more open-minded when you're in a grumpy and pissed off mood, or are you more open-minded when you're happy? 10 out of 10 is going to be the latter. So if you're really serious of climbing up the ranks, it is very important to have the mindset of constant learning and to also have the self-awareness when you suck at certain skills. It is also important to admit the fact that some players are going to be better than you, and that's okay. What you then need to do is learn from them and implement some of the strategies they use in your own game. For example, if you want to improve jungling, I would recommend you watch streamers that are really good at jungling, like NightBlue3. So, in summary, to have the right mindset when playing League, first, lower your expectations on how your teammates will perform. 2. Focus your energy on improving your game rather than flaming and lecturing your team. 3. Acknowledge the fact that you will most likely lose when there are AFKs and trolls in your team. 4. Reflect on mistakes for 2 minutes after every game. 5. Give yourself the permission to make mistakes so that you can learn from them. And 6. Learn from other players that are better than you. Now I have a challenge for you guys. For the next 2 games, I want you guys to implement these mindsets. And I want you to post your results on the comment section down below. If you found this video useful, please like and share it. And if you want more content like this, please subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video.